Microphone check, microphone check. I don't wanna hear any static on that bitch. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Fly on the Wall. I'm gonna stop saying what episode it is because honestly, I don't want to keep up with that shit. I'm probably gonna say the wrong episode anyway. Just look down on the little YouTube title, it'll tell you what it is. So, welcome again. You know, we talk shit. We are here to talk about music. We are here to talk about things that I'm interested in. We're here to talk about food. We're here to talk about sports. We're here to talk about culture. We're here to talk about every fucking thing, fashion, whatever the fuck we want, man. So anyway, without further ado, let's kick this shit off. Now, I guess we'll start talking about, I usually like to start off with what I've been listening to. And, you know, I'm sure as you probably might have expected if you know me. You know I'm a big Travis Scott fan. I really fuck with pretty much everything the dude puts out. He is a genius. I think he is... him and Tyler, the Creator, to me are like of the new guys, like at the forefront of creativity. And I value creativity in music an awful lot. Almost an awful lot more than the bars or the melodies or any, and yes, you need creativity for that, but when I'm saying creativity, I mean more so trying things that kind of like untested waters a little bit, or making the waters that have been tested deeper, and they do really good job at that. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent here. That's what I do. I've been listening to Utopia an awful fucking lot, and I'm gonna be in with the in crowd here when I say this, but it's definitely, in my opinion, the album of the year. I would give it that stamp. As far as like, you know, there's a lot of good albums in general that have been coming out, but as far as rap goes, rap's been pretty fucking stale. I think I just saw something that there hasn't been a number one rap, like on Billboard, I think, number one rap song this year. Like, it's been a year since there's been a number one from a rapper. That's crazy. I do feel like the mainstream populace of rap has gotten stale. And again, here, I'm not dogging these dudes because I fuck with their music too, but like a dude like Lil Baby or a dude like Lil Durk, where you get a lot of the same shit every time. And that's not saying that same shit isn't good. It's just the same shit, though. It's a lot of the same subject matter, a lot of the same production, even the same cadences and melodies just reused. And, you know, I'm not a fan of that. I just don't dig it. And I fuck with, like, an artist like a Lil Baby or a Lil Durk. But as far as just, like, the overflooding and oversaturation of that sound, because a lot of the young cats coming up, that's all they're doing, too. We're kind of in a stale area of creativity where, like, 2016, we had that influx of SoundCloud rappers who are all mainstream stars right now, and now we're looking for that next crop. I want to be a part of it because I think I'm that fucking good. That's just me. But beyond all that, I have been listening to Utopia. Let me dive into how I feel about some of the tracks. The rollout was really interesting. I really wish you could have performed at Egypt. It would have been fucking crazy at the pyramids, especially after listening to the album. It would make sense to play this at the fucking pyramids live. Oh my God. But apparently he did a show in Italy and it fucking basically created an earthquake over there. Off the album, some of my favorites, though, Thank God is incredible. Oh, God, the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, I get this fucking hair. It's curly hair, bro. It's fresh out the shower, so it's being weird. But Thank God, bro, like, it's one of the records that continues to grow on me, even though I already really liked it when I first heard it. But, like, the beat change with the strings, I hear something about... You are not going to have a 10 out of 10 album without, like, especially rap album, without having a little bit of orchestra on there. I feel like when you have a little bit of that, that just adds some pepper. I don't know. All my favorite rap albums are the ones I consider iconic, have some beautiful, like, instrumentation at some point. And, you know, it wasn't that much, but it was still a orchestra with an 808, and then Travis is just sliding all over the fucking beat, like, just... Great fucking cadence, great flows. You get the Stormy feature on there, which is wholesome as fuck, super cute. Thank God's great. But it's one of my favorites. But my favorite might be My Eyes. I think that's a top 5, top 3 Travis Scott song in general. Because he's not just giving you melodies and this. I mean, it's everything front to back because it's a beat change, right? You get the first half. It's if I'm correct, I think the producer who produced the first half produced on Blonde, so that's why it sounds like a Frank Ocean record. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this sounds like something Frank would do," and I'm like, "Yeah, it does," and I fucking love it. If I could get a Frank and Travis collab again, I'd freak out. But anyway, you get Travis singing these lush pop melodies over the top. 1,000 on my feet, stacks running on my seat. 10,000 on my eyes. That shit sounds like, and then the roly-poly on my wrist. That sounds like something Frank Ocean would say. It's just kind of got that essence. But then you go into this ethereal beat switch, and the beat is just glorious. And then Travis is rapping some of the realest shit he's really rapped in a while. I think he's really giving game on lyrics because a lot of people always want to be like, "Oh, dude, we only focusing on the melodies," and like people are only focusing on the melodies. I focus on it all. So if you're doing something special with the lyrics, I pay attention to that. And he did. He told a fucking story on that record. That was I was beyond impressed. I was shocked when I first heard it. I was fucked up listening to it upstairs on my fucking sound bar in the living room, and it was just turned up, man. That record is incredible, and he's displaying the story of like what happened at the Astrofest and how he feels immense regret and like all these things, and it's poetic. I love seeing that, and I think Travis gets slept on for his lyricism. I really do. And, a lot in an era where trap music makes you want to focus on everything but the lyrics. So you kind of, jump to just going, oh, well, it's dumbed down lyrics. Well, it's not. It's just not. Like, some of it's really fucking good. Granted, there are probably some songs that are thinner on the lyrical context. But, I think for the most part, I'd say about 80% of what Travis Scott does has really interesting and good, unique, knowledgeable lyrical context, bro. It's dope. I enjoy it. I will stand by that shit. Man, I'm trying to think of another one I really liked. I loved Circus Maximus. It's kind of like an homage to Black Skinhead. You got the drums that that shit's hard. I want to do some shit like that. I fucks with it, man, because, I ain't gonna lie, if I was still playing football when Black Skinhead came out, bro, I would have been listening to that on the bus to every game, bro. That shit makes me want to just fucking go crazy. Great workout record. Circus Maximus has the same essence, but it's almost better, because you got Sway Lee, right, at the beginning, but then the Weeknd's feature is incredible. I love when he uses his voice as an instrument, and he kind of does that with the whoa, whoa. I get that, but it's fire. I love that record. Circus Maximus is really good. I love the whole album top to bottom. It puts you in a world. It's a soundscape, man. Like I feel like when you get albums these days, they sound like playlists, and that didn't sound like a playlist. That sounded like a fucking album, and that's the shit I want to do. So when I see that happening from the mainstream artists I look up to and respect, it reminds me that I need to stay on that path. And I love that kind of shit because that's special. And making an album is so much something about being an artist, right? Like coming up right now for me, I have been told plenty of times, make singles. That's what you got to do. And that is what you got to do. I make enough music to where I got fucking singles and albums, mixtapes, whatever the fuck. But nothing feels more important to me than a project, an album, something where it's like bookmarking a piece of my life. And granted, I could put a big piece of that into a song, but if I could put all that into an entire record, bro, I'll feel more proud of myself for who I was in that moment and, all that stuff. Beyond all that, though, back to Utopia. I still stand by it. Album of the year. And Meltdown with Drake. Drake's rent was due on that verse. Fire fucking verse from Drake. I could argue that's my favorite feature on there. I do love the Tizo touchdown feature on Modern Jam. It's fucking dope. It's a different take. But yeah, I don't know. Like Drake on Meltdown just sets the fucking tone. If that, the beat's already going crazy, but then you get Drake just fucking absolutely like going full If You're Reading This, It's Too Late on there, and it's dope as fuck. Travis has a really good verse on there too, and then you get the TIE Fighter samples from Star Wars. That shit, I just eat that shit up when I'm driving in my car. I go nuts. Like, I love it. But Utopia's fire. Utopia Twins is really good with Travis, or with 21 Savage. Fiend with Cardi. Woo! Yeah, that's it, bro. That album, I'm sorry. There's just too many bangers on there that I could play. And I feel like this album's really good. It's like a mixture of all the Travis Scott albums into one kind of thing. Astroworld was his pop album. That's why a lot of people, like surface level fans, kind of favor that one. And it's a great album. I'm not knocking Astroworld. I love it. But I think I like the other albums more. Like, Rodeo's really good. But right now, for me, and it might be recency bias, but Utopia is number one. I'd probably say 1, Utopia, 2, Rodeo. Do you consider Days Before Rodeo an album? That's a mixtape. I'm not going to include it. Or Al Faro. And then Birds in the Traps, 3. And I'd probably put Astroworld, 4. They're all incredible fucking projects. He's on an incredible... Let's talk about the run he's on. No misses. None. I don't want to hear it. No fucking misses. Those albums all fucking hit. And I went to his show on the Birds in the Trap tour, and this was right after he got out of jail after inciting a riot in Arkansas, and he came to St. Louis, and he turned that motherfucker up, bro. Like, me and my boy Keon were there. It was a fucking vibe, bro. Like, Travis has solidified his spot as a goated Mount Rushmore type rapper to me. I think he's just one of those guys who garners a lot of special innovativeness that the hip-hop world needs. But let's move on, trying to keep track of time here. I don't want to fucking run over the camera like I always do. I'm going to run through this one real quick for you, though. So we're going to do a little half and half here. Talk a little bit about some of what I've been watching, and we'll bleed it into the intermission, I guess, or the other half of the intermission. What I've been diving into and watching right now. I've been playing a lot of video games more than watching shit, but I have been watching Hard Knocks and that quarterback show on Netflix because I'm getting ready for football, bro. I love football. Football season, one of my favorite times of year, especially when you got the trifecta of like NFL, college football, fucking basketball, and throw playoff baseball and hockey in there too. You just get all the really good beefy parts of the sports season going on. But I'm getting ready for football, so I've been watching some preseason. Obviously, I stay up to date with most things going on in the sport. I'm not an expert by any means. I do have my takes, but I wanted to talk a little bit about, I guess, who my preseason rookie sleepers might be. Dudes who are going to fucking surprise people and ball the fuck out this year, or like eventually like show enough flash in the pan that they're like ready to be committed to as a franchise type player. Number one, I guess I'm not in any order really. I'm just going to go with number one in general. Stetson fucking Bennett, bro. Stetson fucking Bennett. That is my fucking boy. He is probably, damn, bro, Todd Gurley used to be my favorite Georgia player. But now after Stet just got 2 in a row and, people dog him all the time. He is gifted, man. His footwork is fucking dumb. He was shaking the shit out of 6'4", 280-pound D linemen in the SEC, like regularly, weekly. I watched every fucking game. He was great, but now at the NFL level in preseason, he has that confidence, that intuitiveness that you want in a quarterback, knows the right play, he makes it. Yeah, I know he's old as shit. Everyone shut the fuck up about it. We get it. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change that he still ain't good. Stetson Bennett will, hopefully in my eyes, eventually become the starter in LA. Once Matt Stafford's retired, and Matt Stafford's like Georgia alum, bringing him up. and he's going to fucking learn a little bit of game from him. And I don't know. I see a bright future for Stetson Bennett. I saw it happen in college. I saw him prove people wrong. I think he'll do it again. And out of all the rookies' debuts and the quarterbacks, he did the best. He did better than Bryce Young. He did better than C.J. Stroud. He did better than fucking bum-ass Will Levis. He did better than Anthony Richardson. Like, I think out of all of them, though, I do think if Anthony Richardson meets the potential, he'll be the best. But that doesn't mean that, you can't pencil Stetson in for a few Pro Bowls or even really Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. Definitely not Will Levis. I just don't see it with him. And it's early to tell, but still, I just don't think he had every time we played him, if you're a NFL quarterback, you could at least make somewhat of a chance in some of the games. And granted, they played some bad weather games against us, but he didn't impress me. Now, number 2, I want to talk about the Patriots got this dude, Malik Cunningham from Louisville. Absolute menace, bro. Like, could be the next, more athletic Julian Edelman type guy that Bill Belichick's just going to use for gadget plays, quarterback. And he was a beast at Louisville, bro. Athletically gifted beyond belief. He could be a slot receiver for them. He could be a quarterback, running back, gadget guy, punt returner, kick returner, Cordero Patterson 2.0, Julian Edelman 2.0, combo of both of them. He's a freak of nature. I think he's going to be able to give the Patriots a little bit of gas. And they need it after Matt Patricia's shitty fucking offensive showing last year with them. I'm not a Patriots fan by any means. But I just like to see teams overcome bad, seasons. So I expect Bill Belichick to turn that team around. They'll be a sneaky team. They might sneak into the playoffs. I don't know. Either way, Malik Cunningham, great pick. He's going to be a stud for them. Give him a few years. You don't even have to give him a few years. Give him about fucking 4 or 5 games. He'll get about 4 or 5 touchdowns maybe and 500 total yards if he's given the right roles and opportunities in the offense. Who's the other guy I got? I already said Stetson Bennett. Deuce Vaughn, bro. For the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I do hate the fucking Cowboys. I'll be straight up with you. I fucking hate Cowboys. I hate Cowboys fans. Y'all are fucking annoying. And you had your moment in the fucking 90s. Just do something now so you can at least back up the talk. It's bad. You guys are just choke artists every time. Anyway, beyond all that, I'm not going to get on your ass too hard. You do have Deuce Vaughn, who is a stud. I think Deuce Vaughn could eventually become a Darren Sproles type. I know he's already getting that comparison. He's a short guy, but short and leverage work really well in the NFL, especially for running backs with change of pace and position like that, kind of like how Tariq Cohen used to be. A lot of these short running backs can really capitalize on that, and he's athletic as fuck. I think the Cowboys are in for a really good fucking move with him. So him and Tony Pollard are going to fucking split carries. Zeke's gone to the Patriots. You get way more touches for Deuce Vaughn. And he'll be fucking Darren Sproles before you know it in that offense, especially with CeeDee Lamb drawing a lot of the attention. I bet Deuce Vaughn will be catching passes out of the backfield. They know how to utilize it. They'll utilize it. Now it's up to Dak Prescott to step the fucking shit up. He's good. He is very good, very talented, but also very, makes mistakes in the moments that you can't make those fucking mistakes. So we'll see what the Cowboys do. They could be really good, and I'm giving them chops because of Micah Parsons more than anything. Dude is possibly the next coming of Lawrence Taylor. We'll see what the rest of his career provides, but he's fucking unstoppable. He's scary. If I had planned to play O-line in the NFL, I'd regret having to play against him. But with that being said, we're going to take a little breather. I'm going to go and smoke a little something, and I will be right back. I might grab a little drink, too. I might get a little whiskey in my cup. We'll see what happens. We will be back after this break. Bow. I don't know if you can hear the ice clackling. Welcome back. We are back from our break. This is our, ooh, lordy. This is our Bib and Tucker break. I got suggested this whiskey when I went to Total Wine, and it's pretty fucking good, bro. Strong. Kind of puts a little punch on it. Smoky. I really enjoy it. So, enjoy your Bib. Your Bib and Tucker. I guess it's an American. Bib and Tucker. Where were we, man? We were talking NFL, weren't we? Let's break down some more NFL shit, because you know I love me some NFL. I'm gearing up for my fantasy football draft. I'm ready for this shit. I'm winning this year. I'm not playing no fucking games, man. I'm not letting the damn quarterback screw me again, because I drafted Russell Wilson, and he fucking choked up a fucking storm. But then I got Justin Fields, and he put on for me. Anyway, let's break down a few more things about the sport, man. I'm going to talk my dark horse Super Bowl picks, right? I got a few of them. I got like probably 2 to 4. I think, I wouldn't even say they'd fully make it to the Super Bowl. They're probably more like conference championship guys. Like anyone who's going to come out of nowhere, semi out of nowhere. My first dark horse pick, and this one's going to be easy as fuck, because they already made the playoffs last year. I wouldn't even call them that much of a dark horse, but they are in the up and up. The Jacksonville Jaguars, bro, are going to be so fucking good. Trevor Lawrence is that fucking dude. Calvin Ridley comes back from a full year of not playing football, and if you remember correctly, when he was playing, he was a demon on the field. Top 3, top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, great route runner. He's destroying people in the offseason practices that I've been seeing. And you got Evan Ingram back. You got Christian Kirk back. Travis Etienne back. I think that the Jaguars could fuck around and go to the Super Bowl, bro. I believe in Trevor Lawrence. He will probably by the end of the year be in competition with Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. He already is in competition with those guys in a little bit, but I think by the end of the year it'll be harder to say that those guys are better than he is. He's one of the most efficient players I've ever seen, at least on that stretch he was going through last year, and his athleticism is off the chain. I have high expectations for the Jags. They're a dark horse team for me. Another one for me, I'm going to go ahead and say the Seattle Seahawks, but they need things to swing right for them. That you could argue by the end of the season, they might end up having the most talented wide receiver room in the NFL. Now, just hear me out. You got DK Metcalf, who is probably a bottom tier number 1, but still a number 1. Incredible athlete, strong, big fucking hands, and big playability. And if I'm correct, they still got Tyler Lockett, right? And he is also a fucking stud. Another one that we're forgetting about is Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State. That 1 through 3 right there, those dudes are all really incredibly talented wide receivers. And the Seahawks were playing really good football last year. Geno Smith obviously turned a corner. Now you got Kenneth Walker Jr. coming back. The NFC West outside of the 49ers seems like a cakewalk. So I could, maybe not Super Bowl contender, but I could see the Seahawks getting to the NFC Championship somehow. And maybe getting hot at the right time. Who's that fucking defensive back, the rookie? Is it Woolen? Tariq Woolen? Or is that it? I'm blanking, bro. But he's a fucking stud, too. They're going to be really good. I think the Seahawks could turn a corner and sneak into that conversation. Another one that's kind of an obvious pick that everyone is making is the Detroit Lions. I fucking love Dan Campbell. I love that team. I think they're well coached. I think they have all the right people in the right positions. Jared Goff is finally in a position where he can, do his best work, I guess. Now, granted, I do want to see what they would do with a more athletic quarterback in that scenario. But, Jahmyr Gibbs was a great draft pick. I know a lot of people were shitting on it. It was a little high for a running back, but he is going to be a stud for them in that offense. And then they get Montgomery too at running back. They're going to be able to have a nice stable in the backfield, big play. third down backs, pretty much anything, everywhere. And then you get Jameson Williams back, who could potentially be a number one, and Amon-Ra, who is a number one. They're set up pretty nice. And Aiden Hutchinson will capitalize and probably be in that next defensive player of the year conversation at some point in his career. They're good, bro. The Lions are fucking legit, and I would love to see them in the Super Bowl. Give me a random Super Bowl like the Lions and the Jaguars. I would eat that shit up. 2 first-time Super Bowl team. Well, I guess Lions have been there before, back in fucking, I don't know, back when Oppenheimer was around. But anyway, those are my Super Bowl picks, man. I think those teams dark horse Super Bowl teams, they could sneak into the conversation, man. They could make some noise. I think they have all got potential to be really good. Minimum make the playoffs. But let's talk about a heavily debated thing here. Top 5 wide receivers. I'm going to give you mine. I'm sure some people are going to shit on my decision for one of these choices. But, a lot of these guys are interchangeable. I feel like you could really put everyone in different positions. But the top 2 are pretty fucking obvious to me. And I think the margin of difference between those 2 is not that big. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know what's up. Number 6, actually, honorable mention. I'm going to give it A.J. Brown and Jalen Waddle a little honorable mention. They're fucking super talented. A.J. Brown, big body, big receiver, big fucking playability. And that Eagles offense, he works so well. Plays off of Devontae Smith's strengths, just like he plays off A.J. Brown's strengths. I think that he is an incredible receiver. So is fucking... oh, my God. Who the fuck did I just say? Jalen Waddle, bro. Incredibly fast. One of the fastest receivers in the NFL. And the fastest is on the other side of him, Tyreek. But fucking Jalen Waddle, when he will become a number 1 receiver and hold an offense for his own, he'll be one of the best players in the NFL. He is a stud. He is that fucking good. I just think the Dolphins have issues with Tua's health issues, and, they just kind of don't keep stability or consistency. They're good. They're so weird. The Dolphins are always like this. They're good for a hot moment, and then they're cold as fuck for the rest. It's always how that's been. At least that's how I feel like. So anyway, on to my list. Number 5, one of the best route runners, best release in the game, Stephon Diggs. You don't want to cover him on a goal line route. I feel like he can cook a lot of fucking dudes. Now, I think the one thing he needs, and I don't think he can do anything about it, it's the Bills. They need to get him a legit number 2, so the attention's not always going to be on him. He just is getting double and triple teamed and just snuffed out of the game, and Gabriel Davis can only do so much. But Stephon Diggs, one of the best route runners we've ever seen. Big playability out of this world, hands out of this world. You're number 5, bud. But the other guy's got a little edge on you. That's why I'm putting you at 5. Ja'Marr Chase, number 4, and I had a tough time putting him here because I wanted to put him higher. I think at the end of the season he could be potential number 1, number 2 type status if he's healthy. We saw what he did in such a short amount of time with the Bengals last year. I know quarterback has a lot to do with it. He's got Joe Shiesty making him look good, and they got that chemistry from LSU. It's going to be there until they're done. Ja'Marr Chase looks great, though, man. Big playability out of the fucking he might have the best big playability out of all these guys. You give him the ball, I feel like he's a dude who could get 4 catches and 200 yards in a game if he wanted to, and 2 touchdowns, and just maximize that big playability. But Ja'Marr Chase is so good. I have nothing else to say. I just need more proof on the field. He'll climb the top and be better than these guys by the end of the season. I really think so. I just trust Joe. I trust that offense. Trust the Bengals. T. Higgins on the other side going to take some catches and open up a lot of room for Ja'Marr Chase to make plays. Same with Tyler Boyd. He is my number 4. Number 3, and I would put him higher if he just had, I feel like he needs, I need to see the big hands moment. But he's still got good hands. I'm not going to knock his hands too hard. I feel like the other guys got better hands on this list, so that's why they kind of get the notch. If he had better hands, he'd be the best receiver in the NFL. Tyreek Hill is my number 3, and he's so fucking good, man. He is the definition of big play ability. You give him the ball anywhere, anyway, he will find a way to get you an 80-yard fucking touchdown. He is so good. Playing with Jalen Waddle couldn't help any more than that's a perfect 1-2 tandem. Two extreme. How the fuck can you keep up with that? There's no way corners can keep up with that. But Reek is number 3, bro. His big playability is just undeniable. Fastest player in the NFL. They don't call him the cheetah for no reason. Reek is number 3. And we saw what he's done with Pat Mahomes. Now we've seen what he's done without Pat Mahomes. And he's proven that he can still do it, which I think is impressive. Onto number 2. Now, y'all are going to fucking slaughter me for this probably. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to still stand by it. And only because the other guy's been doing it a little longer. You'll know who it is probably. But number 2 is Justin Jefferson for me. I think he is clearly, and really it's like 1A, 1B for this choice. But Justin Jefferson is, shit, bro. And Jerry Rice is my favorite player, and I fear that one day he will overcome Jerry Rice as the greatest wide receiver of all time. Justin Jefferson can do that. He's a mixture of Randy Moss and Jerry Rice, which are probably the 2 best receivers ever. His route running is insane. His hands might be the best in the NFL. They're up there. The production is crazy, man. He can have a 2,000-yard season at one point. I believe it. I really do. I see it happening for him. He just needs a different quarterback besides Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is solid. I think he's good, but I want to see an upgrade. I want to see him with a big arm gunslinger. Like, I don't even know. If they could somehow sneak Caleb Williams, that ain't going to happen. Or if Joe Milton from Tennessee learns how to get some accuracy together and become an NFL quarterback, that would be insane with him and Justin Jefferson, what they could do. But either way, don't kill me. Justin Jefferson's number 2. He will be number 1 by the end of the season, guaranteed. I just know he's going to have that production as long as he doesn't get hurt. And I could see a 16 to 18, possibly 2,000-yard season. But I want to see them double-digit touchdowns. I want to see like a 14, 15 touchdown season from him minimum. But it's coming. I trust JJ, bro. Jay Jettis is incredible. Incredible. We love it. Do the gritty again. Do that shit. We want to see it, man. Now, number 1, I'm probably biased and a little partial because I'm a Raiders fan. And I believe in his greatness. I saw what he did with the Packers for so long with Aaron Rodgers. Granted, he's got Jimmy G, who's like a solid B quarterback. But Davante Adams is my number 1. He's been number 1 for a period of time. I think his time at the top could very well be coming to an end after this season with Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Maybe Davante Adams puts up another like 1,600 season or some shit or something crazy and 20 touchdowns. I don't know. I'm optimistic, man. I'm a Raiders fan. It's what we do best. We get hype and then we get disappointed. But Davante Adams still, to me, is the best receiver. I saw plays that he was making last year that only him and Justin Jefferson could probably make. His route running is undeniably it's Hall of Fame route running. I mean, it's a work of art. If you want to learn how to play wide receiver, watch Davante Adams, watch Justin Jefferson, watch Stephon Diggs, watch all these guys. They'll teach you. You just watch. You got to pick up game. But Davante Adams is incredible, man. I can't necessarily pull the stats off of my head, but I know over I think he's been in the league 9 years. And I think he has had the most amount of yards in that period of time, if I'm correct, or in a 5-year span or something like that. But Davante Adams is my number 1. His time could be coming to an end because of Justin Jefferson. I will admit it. But for me, Davante Adams is pretty hard to topple right now. So that's it. That's my top 5 wide receivers. Argue about it in the fucking comments. I don't give a fuck. And a dark horse wide receiver I want to throw out there just because he's my boy. And he's a Georgia Bulldog. He could have a very big year. I don't know if he'll end up in the top 5, but possibly the top 10. George Pickens is about to break out this year, and I'm standing by it. I believe in the Pickett to Pickens connection. I believe in it. My family's from Pittsburgh, so that's why I fucking believe in it. Beyond that, let's break some shit down real quick and we'll wrap this shit up, man. I'd like to talk a little bit about my life and shit that's been going on. Last weekend, I guess that was 2 days ago, so I went on my bachelor weekend with all my dudes, man. We went to the Lake of the Ozarks, and, you know, it was just a fucking vibe, bro. I just love kicking it with my boys, man. It's fun. It's good to just kind of let your head breathe and, like, shoot the shit, talk some bullshit, stupid shit, just stuff that doesn't matter. And then you get the competitiveness when the Xbox comes out and fucking we're playing beer pong and whatever the fuck. And anyway, we went down to the lake. My brother was fucking killing it this weekend. He was just, you know, he's older than us, so he was like the dad of the fucking group. Like, he had everything organized, had breakfast ready for us waking up, like. And on the Saturday night, he made these bomb-ass fucking steaks, bro. Steaks and shrimp. So fucking good. Oh, I was so fucked up. I couldn't even see straight when I was eating that shit. But it was good. I had like a fourth to a half bottle of Código, which is some tequila. And I had a loaded Corona, which is one of my favorite things ever at this fucking bar. Just like a Malibu rum and Corona, and like you just shake it up, and it's good. It's like a coconut beer, but with more liquor, so you get fucked up. And you know, I was just slugging seltzers and beers and fucking shots of tequila the whole fucking day, and I got cooked, man. I'm not as burned as I was. My voice is a little gone too. We were chain smoking fucking cigars, probably smoked like 10 cigars the whole fucking weekend. And I'm not the biggest cigar guy, but I really was enjoying it. I ain't gonna lie, it was nice. Get that Michael Jordan feeling. I wish I had a hoop earring in kind of thing. But it was a vibe, man. My boys made me feel good about who I am and who I've become. So they had to come with me, man. And, you know, it was my buddy David, Austin, my brother Corey, Nick Duncan, my boy Keon, my boy Brandon. I just did an interview with Party. He was there. Louie, who's like been my producer for a good period of time and like someone who I look for musical guidance from. It was dope, man. And they came out, they showed out for me. And it felt good, man. It always feels good to be around. And, you know, I have more friends that are like that. It's just, you know, at this time, that's all who could be there, and you know, we made the most out of it, bro. So much fucking fun. We just got drunk as fuck and stoned as fuck. We had like probably like an ounce and a half of weed maybe there, and edibles out the wazoo, and you know, I had pre-rolls with me, everything. Right when we get there too, I felt bad for my brother. He took a bite out of these Sour Patch Kids, and it fucking ripped his crown off of his tooth. So he had to get a crown mold to put that shit back on. I felt so bad because I was like, how the fuck is he going to eat steak this weekend? But either way, and we had some good-ass food, man. That's the other thing. If there's one thing I love, man, it's good food, something that's out of the ordinary, not just a normal peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I eat every day kind of thing. Like, I love something good and outside the box. And I had some outside the box shit that I didn't have before. I've had chicken wings before, but I had these chicken wings from this place, Frankie and Louie's. They were fucking incredible, bro. They were like a tangy buffalo sauce. Oh, so fucking good. I was fucked up, bro. Like, the minute we got there, I was just slugging. And I was already high on the way down. So when I get there, I'm like just ready to cram it in. But yeah, and then the whole day on the boat, bro, we were just jamming. It was so fun, playing good ass music. My brother rented a boat. He's got a boater's license. Cruised us around, posted up in some coves. We went to Party Cove for a little bit, saw some 50-year-old ladies' tits. It was fucking terrifying, actually. Like, we had to drive out. We had to drive off and skedaddle after that. It was a vibe though, bro. Like, you know, I got everything I wanted out of it, man. I just wanted to hang out with my boys and get fucked up, and you know, I want to do more of that. After that in the group chat, we were like, well, we gotta do a trip like this again. Doesn't even have to be a bachelor party. Just could be us going to fucking wherever. I'm like, let's do it. I love traveling, and I like traveling with people that I like to be with. It's fun, man. Just, you know, getting away, and like, it feels like I'm a kid again when I'm doing that shit, and I love it. And you know, it just feels like I don't have The only thing I'm worried about is my itinerary for the day of this vacation, and I'm not thinking about my phone. I'm not thinking about shit, bro. Like, I didn't take shit for pictures or like video. Everyone else got a little bit, but like, I live in the moment, man. I love that shit. It was nice. So I love you guys, man. Everyone who came out for me. Thank you so much for being my friend. Like, it's annoying to be my friend sometimes. I bet that shit pisses people off. But guess what? I'm a good dude, and I love y'all, and I'm going to be there for you. So thank you for being there for me, man. Got to keep it real. So I'm going to have to buy a pack of cigars, too, whenever I, find some time. Because after that, I feel like I'm a cigar guy. Ooh, and damn, this is how you know I was fucked up, bro. I hate chewing tobacco, lippers, any of that kind of shit. It's gross to me. But my buddy Austin does Zyn, which is like the new one or whatever, and I was fucked up. You know me, I'm horrible with peer pressure, bro. Like, he was just like, and he was fucked up too. Like, we were walking down to the lake at like 1 a.m. on the first night we're there, and we're just going down to kick it, smoke, talk shit, whatever. He don't smoke, but me and Keon were. And we went down to the lake, we're just throwing rocks and looking at the fucking stars and shooting the shit, and, he's like, hey, you want to try some Zyn? I was like, fuck, I don't, but I'm only gonna be at the lake with my boys once, and this probably, fuck it, I'll try it. So I put in a little Zyn lipper, and bro, I was feeling it for the first 10 minutes. I was like, this is good, I like this. But then after that, 5 minutes later, bro, I had the fucking spins and felt sick as shit, and I had to throw that shit out. I was like, we ain't doing this shit anymore, bro. No more Zyn. I'm good on that. I'm sorry, I just can't, bro. I've kicked tobacco for such a long period of time, and I guess cigars are an exception for the weekend too, but, I used to chain smoke cigarettes back in the day, so I'm happy I don't do that nasty shit anymore. I try to keep my distance. I'm diabetic. Gotta be healthy, man. But anyway, I love y'all, man. This weekend was fucking incredible. We'll do it again, all of us together. We'll have some fun. But without further ado, let's wrap this shit up, man. I got my top 3 for you. I got my top 3 for you bitches. Number three. Okay, this one's simple. I don't got much to explain on this. Andrea's steak sauce. Okay, now, I don't know if that's like just a Missouri thing or if that sauce is everywhere, but they use that at this steakhouse place called Tucker's. Oh, and Tucker's is one of my favorite steaks. Very good. Anyway, this Andrea's sauce is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like savory, buttery, and like fucking garlicky a little bit. And anyway, my brother marinated these steaks for a whole fucking day in this Andrea's steak sauce, and he loaded it on top after with like the little marinade, and it was so fucking good. I gotta buy a bottle of that shit ASAP. And so should you. I don't know where you get it, but wherever you get it, let me know, because I need it. Number 3 is Andrea's steak sauce, and that's Andrias, if I'm correct. I think I'm right. Number 2, this is a food-driven top 3, because this was on my mind, man. Number 2, bro, is grouper fingers. Now, hear me out. It sounds weird, right? So, last weekend, on my bachelor weekend, I was at this place, Backwater Jack's, which is like this big, like, bar restaurant, like, kind of thing. They had a pool and a DJ and fucking food and whatever. It was hot as shit. It was so hot, but we were fucked up. We didn't care. I was just slugging water at that point. I had ordered these grouper fingers. So it's grouper, but thinly, like, sliced into, like, this shape of, like, chicken fingers almost. And it's in this, like, honey sauce and the flaky, crispy batter on it. Oh my God, bro. I don't know if y'all like fried fish. Fried fish. I know Goof likes fried fish. But I was fucking that shit up, bro. I love some fried fish. That shit was so fucking good. I ate that. I was like perfectly full. I was ready to get back to it. We went tubing after. I was feeling it, bro. And I slugged some more alcohol because you know I had to. It was my fucking bachelor weekend. And we were getting down. I was surprised I didn't throw up, I'll be honest. But beyond that, number 2. And it also came with this raspberry tartar sauce. Interesting, right? Very good, though. So fucking good. It was delicious. Number 2 is grouper fingers from Backwater Jack's, bros. Those bitches were good as fuck. Number 1, pretty simple, off the cuff. I'm going to just you know, it's all oriented with the same thing going on here, bachelor weekend, and, you know, I got to shout it out. It was so much fun. Number one, my bachelor weekend, bro. I want to have moments like that again with my friends. I fear the older I get, the less you get to get those moments. And it was so much fun, bro. Like, we had a fucking blast. It felt like high school all over again. That's the shit I love, bro. I want to feel like I don't have to give a fuck about things. Because I'm always in my head, you know, I make music, so I'm worried about how many likes I'm getting and stupid shit like that, and how I can get more people on the bandwagon to listen to my music, and I stress so hard about it. And, you know, when I go on a trip like that, I'm not thinking about that shit at all. I'm just here to kick it with my boys and talk about the topic at hand. And, you know, that could be anything. Could be sports, could be music, could be whatever the fuck. Could be food. Like, I love that shit, man. And you know, being around people that you want to be around, too. I hate when I'm forced to be around people I don't want to be around. You can tell with me. I get uncomfortable, and my stance changes, and my demeanor changes. I wear it on my sleeve. I don't mean to, but like, I want to be around people that make me comfortable. And this bachelor weekend, I was around people that made me fucking comfortable, man. That's why I invited the people I invited. My boy Daniel was invited too, but it was his little man's birthday. So, like, you know, you got to celebrate the first birthday of your son. Like, that's the dog. We love 3, man. And, you know, his father passed away recently too. So, like, rest in peace, Unc, bro. And I understand it was probably a lot going on. And, you know, I wish he was there nonetheless. He is one of my best friends. Always been there for me. Always been a good dude. And, you know, that's just the crew that we ran with. It was Daniel, Austin, David, Brandon, Keon. You know, that was just, you know, and there were other people that we were fucking kicking it with too, but I felt like those were the people I was around more than anybody else. And, you know, I don't know, bro. It was just a fucking vibe this weekend, and I hope we can do it again. I hope we can get everyone together. And you can bring your wifeys, bring your kids. I don't give a fuck. I just want to kick it with everybody, man. Life is too short to not be around people that you want to be around. And enjoy that shit, because you never know when it's gone, bro. You never do. So number fucking one is my bachelor weekend. I hope whenever you guys go on yours, you have a great time. I hope you have fun. I hope you're around people that you care about and you love. I hope you drink until you fucking throw up. Because I didn't, but I still drank until I was fucking wasted, bitch. Anyway, we got more coming. Probably some more music at some point here. I got a lot of sessions I got working on. I'm working on an album. Shh, I'll never say that again. You ain't hear shit. And we're organizing a lot of these singles to be released. Trying to build up the podcast more. Obviously, I'm going to bring on some more guests. I have some people I've been talking to. But, you know, I got to do some solo cuts, too. I got to give you a little bit of just me. Otherwise, it wouldn't be just me, right? But without anything else to tell y'all, I love you. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, subscribe. Follow me on Spotify for my music. We have a lot of cool shit coming. And nothing but good vibes. I can't wait to see y'all. I would give you a hug and a smooch on your forehead if I saw you. All right, I'm out this bitch. Y'all have a good day. Woo!